Dan Brown, who grew up in Exeter, New Hampshire, was a writer who hadn't had much success until his fourth novel came out.
It was called The Da Vinci Code, and it went on to become one of the biggest selling books of all time. The Da Vinci Code was later turned into a series of enormously successful movies, and now it is making its American theatrical premiere at Ogunquit Playhouse.
We talked with the three lead actors from the production, including Charles Shaughnessy, best known for his role in the TV sitcom The Nanny. He said this show is a treat because theatrical actors rarely have the opportunity to be part of a thriller.
It's so fun, and it's what's interesting is it seems to be beginning to happen. I've noticed a few. There's a show called 222, which is a ghost story thriller on stage that has very similar elements.
Hannah, what's the experience been like for you?
Once you step onto the deck, it's kind of like the train goes and there's no real looking back because the show moves so quickly. I've had more fun in this show than I've had in almost any other show, which was not what I anticipated because it's so serious. There's so many, it's so serious, but we have so much fun.
You're an actor. Your job is to make the character work and make the overall production work. It is not your job to have fun, but are you having fun in this production?
It is so fun. Almost criminally fun.
Yeah.
We laughed more in rehearsal for this show than I've ever laughed. And I've never done a thriller. I don't think I've ever done anything this serious, where there's this, the stakes are this. I mean, we start with a murder. You don't get much more serious than that.
And a star drawn in blood on a dead man's body.
Dan Brown, the author of the Da Vinci Code, lives just down the road, half hour away in New Hampshire. Have you guys met him in the course of this?
He's been very supportive. He was in on the first night, and he's very much left it alone. He hasn't got involved. He hasn't said, let me give you some ideas. He's very much said, I think this is great. What you're doing is great. This is not my medium. So this is up to you actors and directors and theater people. But he's very happy, it seems. Yeah.
Do you feel a little extra pressure because the Da Vinci Code is a worldwide phenomenon? The novel has sold tens of millions of copies. The movies have been hugely successful. And now along comes the play, and you guys are the ones who need to make it work.
I mean, am I wrong if I say no?
No, I don't feel pressure.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't think one of my last big jobs was Hamilton, and that I felt like immense pressure on, mostly because everyone has an idea of what it looks like and sounds like. And with this, we're the first people in the US to do it. And I think that while it is the same story and it is the same characters, we're showing like different facets of the same story.
It goes back a bit to what you say about fun. Like if you read the Da Vinci Code, very serious book, but I bet you would ask someone, what do you think? Oh, it's such a fun read. It might be serious. This is fun in its, seriousness and everything, and it's up to us to have fun. What we do is have fun. We get in a sandbox and play make-believe. To then add pressure onto yourself for any reason at all, like there's some kind of goal you have to reach, it's just going to undermine the enjoyment. So I think I personally deliberately go, no thank you. I'm not going to feel pressure.
And there's no pressure from the audience. I don't feel any pressure from the audience to give us the Da Vinci Code they were hoping for, because nobody had an expectation that the Da Vinci Code would suddenly be a play. So many people say, I didn't know how you were going to do that.
Yeah, I said that before I read it. Someone said that. I went, how are they going to do that?
How are they going to do that? But there's this really clever way that we're putting it up, and you do. It's a globe-trotting story, and we figured it out on stage.
Oh, great, Robert. Yes, Leonardo was one of the keepers of the Grail secret. He hid clues in his paintings, his coded knowledge handed down through the centuries.
So here we are in Ogunquit. The weather's been really nice. When you have some time off, this is a great place to be. You guys saw Jaws, the movie, the other night. How did that go over for you?
Oh, wow.
He loves Jaws.
You were really scared. You were terrified. We were just swimming in the ocean in New England, and now we're watching Jaws. It was a trip, and I've seen it a million times, but it was such a blast, so much fun.
After seeing the movie, will you go into the ocean beyond, say, your ankles now?
Was it you that kept wanting to show me the video?
Yeah,
of,
I saw. There's been a video recently of like how close we are actually swimming to sharks and not knowing it. And I'm going to show it to him to freak him out.
Very
But
upsetting. I don't know.
Well, that's why Charlie went to a lake.
Exactly. And this is absolutely true. We dove in the lake, and I came up out of the water, and my first thing I said was, "No sharks." That was it. It was like we all thought, well, this is great because there's no sharks.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's really interesting how much of a good time the actors who are performing at Ogunquit Playhouse have just because they're in Maine in the summertime. And it's not like being in Oklahoma City or something. It's just when they're not in the theater, they're not rehearsing or performing or whatever, they get to go out and have a blast.
I know, and we did have a good stretch of weather there for them. So there you go.
Yeah. And it is somewhat unusual for Ogunquit Playhouse to be presenting the Da Vinci Code because it is not a musical, and the Playhouse mainly does musicals. I think, if I remember right, 2019 was the last time it presented one that is not a musical.
The show runs through September 23rd if you want to check it out. All right, coming up.